Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for race number 12 in the 2018 NRSL Mountain Dew for the Win Cup Series. This is race 12. After tonight, we are 1/3 of the way through this year. Through 11 races, we've had a total of... Hang on. I can't math. I cannot math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different winners after Austin Alves won last week at Kansas. On the pole is Seth Cole, one of the best on the season so far, who has not gotten that W. Beside him is rookie Cole Deaver, who is continuing to show great success, but those good finishes are still eluding him a little bit. There's Johnny Gardner starting to the outside of Nico Tringali in row 2. Andrew Rich and Jonathan Zorlin are in row 3. Tony Green, Emmanuel Hartnett, row 4, with DJ Curtis and James Qualls in row 5. Austin Alves, last week's winner, starts in 14th place. As for this event last year, went to the 24 of Michael Amato, who got his first win of the season here. He starts a bit in the back on the outside line. Your points leader coming into tonight's race is the 53 of Andrew Rich, gaining that points lead back. Dropping to second was Johnny Gardner, and dropping to third was Deanna Jones. Caleb Hoppin fourth in points. Joshua Osborne fifth in points. And then the rest of your top 10 in the standings: Alex Gray, Austin Alves, Matthew McIntyre, Charles Jackson, and Seth Cole dropped down to 10th with his poor finish last week. Let's go trackside for the command, the fire engines.
All right, well, the fun doesn't start until we ask our drivers a question. Are you ready? Drivers, will you please start your engines?
Yeah, get a lot of static. I'm going to switch radios real quick. We still Allen off. What are you doing, buddy? Sitting here in the race car. All right, baby. Good ball. You know, this is us right here, Stone Lake.
This is the second longest race of the season. I believe this is a 140-lap race here in Charlotte, so that is 210 miles of action. Daytona was 250 miles. No mile-and-a-half track race has even been close to 140 laps. The longest ones have been Atlanta, which was 114, and Texas, which was 101. Auto Club was a 150-mile race. Talladega was, I want to say, around 220, 225, something like that. So this is one of the longest races in a while. So as we come through to take the green flag real quick, I wanted to see, this is Seth Cole's third pole of the year. Him and, he is the only one to get multiple poles on the season. So rack up pole number 3 for Seth Cole. In 2018, as the green flag flies, he gets a blistering start to begin the night here in Charlotte. Now the big thing to note will be, is the low line gonna be better than the high line? Because in years past, that high line can tend to be better. Let's take a look at Andrew Rich and the others back here, and it looks like it's pretty even. Yeah, off the corner, it looks to be pretty even between Zorlin and Tony Green. Zorlin will not clear the 4 going into turn 1. Again, very even line. But Green, it looks like 1 and 2 will be your low line pass, but it seems some drivers can kind of hold through the center of 3 towards the exit of turn 4. With 2 laps complete, here's your top 5 in one picture. Tringali up to second place. Deaver in third, as Andrew Rich is going to make the move for fourth. Gardner, sitting in fifth, will now make the move for fourth on the rookie Cole Deaver. Entering tonight's race, Deaver sits 14th place in points, up 4 positions from his result last week at Kansas. So the rookie in the 31 car doing a really good job, but right now it's Veteran City up front. Seth Cole, Tringali, Rich, and Gardner. Now, if you remember going back to Texas, Tringali had the race-winning strategy over the 42 and the 32 who had been up front all day. Tringali got stuck in his pit stall from a lap down car. Andrew Rich ended up extending his fuel tank to win that race. So you're looking at the four biggest drivers from our last quad oval track from Texas, since Kansas was a tri-oval track. Right now, these top four experienced drivers are pulling away. Now, Nico Tringali has not won a race in his Mountain Dew For the Win Cup Series career. He has shown speed here and there. He has shown some pretty good speedway speed this season in this Audi 84 Red Bull car. Perhaps that win will come today. Right now, the top four pulling away. Tringali was the Season 2 champion back in the first series I ran, which was the Mountain Dew Voltage Cup Series. That was under Neymar. He won the Season 2 championship and won a decent amount of races. He was back then, he was driving the 44, but now driving the 84. Last year he drove the 8. And now going into turn 1 on lap 7, Tringali looking to the inside of Seth Cole. And it's getting tough to make passes now with the tire wear. Andrew Rich is going to be able to close up here behind these two, as it is 4 different manufacturers in the top 5 right now. Tringali will complete the pass on Seth Cole, as Andrew Rich looks to go for second place, but it won't work. Seth Cole's going to get a run and challenge the 84 back for the lead in the middle of 1 and 2. DJ Curtis up to 5th place, won 2 races back in 2017. Has not really been able to show his skill this season, but so far so good tonight with a 5th place run right now. Joshua Osborne, your winner from Las Vegas, up here in the top 6 in 6th place. It's been a while since I think we've seen him up front. Tony Green in 7th, barely lost. Auto Club, he got 7th there to this man right here, Fitzwater, who's up to 9th place. Diego Yepes in 8th, has been showing some speed. Last week he dropped 8 points in the standings, or from last week's result. And Alex Ferranti showing some more speed yet again. He's running 10th place right now. As we make our way back towards the front, Seth Cole has taken the race lead back from Nico Tringali as we complete lap 9 of 140 laps. Looking at the board, fastest time does go to the 84, 32 right behind, and the 53, 17, and 42. So the entire top 5 have the fastest laps on the night. Let's go look for the 24 of Michael Amato. He's back here in the pack, where there's still a decent amount of side-by-side racing going on. And it looks like he might just fall outside the top 30. And right around near him is 2017 champ, 4th in points, Caleb Hoffman, trying to make his way up through the field. 29th that time at the start-finish line. Hoffman still looking for that first win. He was doing pretty good last week at Kansas. And then he got passed by this man right here, Cody Hagan. Hagan did very well, ended up finishing 3rd last weekend at Kansas. So Hagan not getting the good as a run tonight that he expected. No one has had any issues, so everyone is still on the racetrack through 11 laps of action. As we scan through the field, there is Alex Gray, your winner from Richmond, currently riding behind Cole Deaver, who has fallen from his 2nd place starting position all the way down to 20th. And now it looks like he might drop further as Alex Gray peeks to his inside. Here's another driver who worked her hard out last week at Kansas. Looked like she was going to be in a good chance to win the race. Caution fell at a wrong time, and it really relegated her a lap down. They ended up pitting near the end of the race, but Deanna Jones up here in 19th place, possibly trying to gain some ground. As we look at the 48 of John Arndt with his lone win in the fall at Talladega last season. Started the season off great. Around here is where his woes began to crumble his season as they slowly trickled down the point standings from the points lead and ultimately ended up missing the playoffs. Right now he runs 17th behind TJ Hanley with Emmanuel Hartnett on his bumper. As we scan up through the field, Sorlin down to 15th. Alexander Rowe, Atlanta winner of 2017, running 14th place. He's been looking for that second career victory for a while now. William Brock, who had a very good run, just ended up losing to the lead at the end of the race to Austin Alves, who has just made the move by Alex Ferranti for 10th place. As the caution flag is out, Seth Cole is the leader. There appears to have been an accident in turn 1. Nate Rogers appears to be involved. James Qualls. Quentin Moore is smoking. Zach Rogers. Looks like Jessica Shelton was in it. Philip Parker with heavy front end damage. Caleb Hoffman. So a decent sized wreck here on lap 15 that should open up pit road for everyone. It's going to stack them back up. Fitzwater had climbed up to 7th place. So now we'll see pit stops. We'll re-rack the field. The top 4 really probably did not want to see this. They had a very good chance at pulling away from the field. Now Jessica Shelton has pit on a close pit. Will she get away in time? Is she going to hold any of the leaders up? As everyone is coming down pit road, we're going to step aside and take a look at what brought out the first caution flag of the night. Here's what brought out the first caution flag of the night. Nate Rogers is going to go into turn 1. It looks like he's trying to get to the inside of Qualls. Qualls just doesn't see him there or something. And they're going to hook together. They're going to go down to the apron. And then right here, Nate Rogers comes back up. He's already lost grip. Those two go around. Both of them backing into the outside wall. And then most of these guys just have nowhere to go. There's Zach Rogers making contact. Hoffman's going to have nowhere to go here. He's going to get into the 19. And then the 83 and 27 coming down the track. Quentin Moore has nowhere to go. Neither does Shelton. And then Philip Parker up top just is going to pile drive into the back of Caleb Hoffman. So pretty much everyone involved had nowhere to go. And that was just probably simple spotter miscommunication or bad timing between the 27 and the 83. So that is what brings out our first caution flag of the night. Last year's race was kind of a wreck fest as far as I remember. So hopefully this is only the first of maybe 2 or 3 cautions, or the first and only caution. But let's get you back to the race restart so we can go back racing. Getting ready to go back green flag racing. We will have 121 laps remaining in the race. Seth Cole retains the race lead. Nico Tringali in 2nd, Rich 3rd, Gardner in 4th. Fitzwater moves up to 5th, Tony Green 6th, Austin Alves up to 7th, William Brock up to 8th, Alex Ferranti in 9th as Alexander Rowe pops himself into the top 10. DJ Curtis falling to 11th. Joshua Osborne falls to 16th. Deanna Jones still 19th, one of the better speedway drivers this season. Watch out for her. She could attempt to maybe gain some more spots here on this restart. Look at the rest of the field. Cole Deaver has fallen down to 24th. Now's a good time to recoup, try and get back up there in the running. Michael Amato, 28th, last year's winner. As drivers continuing the race after the accident include Caleb Hoffman, Zach Rogers, and Jessica Shelton, who has fallen 1 lap down out of the race, include James Qualls, Philip Parker, Nate Rogers, and Quentin Moore. Their nights are over early after an accident on lap 15. So the pace car is going to dive off. Not sure how off pace the 02 is. We saw the 14 has no hood. And we will see how much of a roadblock these slower cars will be. There's only 3 of them. Green flag back out in the air. Seth Cole leads them. Looks like Jessica Shelton is really off the pace here, but it looks like the top 8 will get away no problem. So this will stack up 9th on back. This could make things get a little dicey. Ferranti will be the one to make the move first. Looks like Rowe, Curtis, and Arndt are all going to be held up by the 02. 02's holding speed in the corner, but on the straightaway is where the horsepower is gone. And Deanna Jones has gotten herself stuck on the high side. They are 3 wide at the very back of this pack here. Look at right there. And it looks like Zach Rogers and Caleb Hoffman are not too damaged as the O2 is, and they're actually going to go to the inside. Did I see a yellow light? Nope, never mind. Still green light. Thought I saw a yellow light for some reason. Deanna Jones managed to get to the inside. Looks like Hoffman is about the same. He can't quite get to the inside of Zach Flickinger. This will stretch out the field. Jessica Shelton's now blocking all lines, and I think Alexander Rowe just got put in the wall. I thought he was about to get turned sideways from the viewing of where the bumpers were. So I think the 41 car got in the wall. Zach Rogers is going to try and get by Jessica Shelton here. So we're just watching these drivers, because this is really changing the field, as it looks like Seth Cole has fallen down to 5th place. Let's see what's going on with the leaders. And he indeed has. Nico Tringali must have made a move for the lead, and Seth Cole couldn't get back to the bottom quick enough. Seth Cole down to 5th. Alves is up to 6th place. And Fitzwater has made his way all the way up to 2nd. So your winner from Auto Club must have learned a lot from that one win, because he is looking to maybe get another here tonight. Speaking of this team, Go Fast Petty Enterprises, Johnny Gardner, Zachary Fitzwater, and Quentin Moore won. Those are 3 Go Fast Petty Enterprise cars. Those guys won Chicago, Auto Club, and Martinsville in a row. Kev Shearer looked like he might have had a car to win at Dodge Motordrome, but it did not pan out. So Kev Shearer in the 38 is the only driver from that 4-car team who has yet to win this season. They're the only 4-car team with a shot to get all their drivers in the playoffs here. And Fitzwater's looking to become the 3rd driver to get multiple wins on the season. Gardner sits in 3rd. They are really far ways back, as Tringali and Fitzwater are drafting their way away from the field. Gardner's up to in 3rd place. Seth Cole's going to make it back up to 4th, as Andrew Rich will fall down to 7th. Jonathan Zorland's made his way up to 9th as we complete lap 26. This is definitely going to be a really long race. As the move for the lead is on, Fitzwater is going to get by Nico Tringali for the top spot here on lap 27. Now the real question will be, will he pull away, because they were pulling away from Gardner. That time by Gardner gains back 3/10 because of the passing. Now will these two be able to pull away? It is clear that the 43 has the faster car. As William Brock making a move for 5th place. Andrew Rich coming behind him. Looks like these drivers back here are going to be cycling around a lot. And now Alves is stuck on the top side. To the back of the field, Jessica Shelton, still 38th. Definitely the slowest car on the track. There is Hoffman, 37th, and then there's Zach Rogers. Cole Deaver has fallen now all the way to 36. This is really a tough break for this team. It looked like they had a ton of speed in qualifying. They qualified 2nd place, but this night is just not going the way of Cole Deaver. It is a long, long race, but this is definitely not what they wanted. We go up through the field. There's your top rookie so far on the season. Besides Joshua Osborne, Matthew McIntyre sits 8th in points. He's had 5 top 10s on the season, which is tied best with drivers such as Alex Gray, Caleb Hoffman, Johnny Gardner, and Andrew Rich. So far today, though, or tonight, though, it does not look like that is going to continue. And there is the 38 of Kev Shearer running in 31st. EJ Curtis has dropped all the way to 30th after this last restart. So it seems like You can go forward or backwards here. It has nothing to do too much with skill, but now he's going to get back by and gain a spot back, passing Mark Riggleman for 29th place. The pack in front of him is a bit ways away. He's going to have to suck up there on the draft and get back towards the front. Alexander Rowe makes his way back into 20th. Michael Amato has made his way up to 19th. Anna Jones running 17th place as they're getting by Tony Green, who has now fallen outside the top 10. Joshua Osborne trying to make his way back into the top 10, currently sitting in 11th just behind fellow rookie Alex Ferranti. Emmanuel Hartnett has made his way up into 9th. As up front they continue to run where they stand. Fitzwater continuing to pull away. He's gapped Tringali by about 4/10 almost now. Gardner and the others 3rd, Seth Cole 4th, and William Brock in 5th. Trying to get another good finish after his 2nd place runner-up last week. Now as Austin Alves makes the move on Andrew Rich for 6th place. Sorlin right behind. Alves moved up to 7th in the standings from 16th after his finish in the win last week, and William Brock climbed from 19th to 12th. So both drivers looking to get another good run here tonight so far. So Alves will move up to 6th. Sorlin will get 7th from the 53 of Andrew Rich, who has won 3 races this season. As I've stated before in past races, the most I have ever seen in any series is 4. Twice. Once in a 28 race season, once in a 40 race season. This is a 36 race season. The most we saw last season was 2 drivers get 3 wins. That was Johnny Gardner and Seth Cole. So far through 11 races, we've seen 2 drivers get multiple wins. When last year it took us about the whole regular season to get there. So this year we're definitely seeing our superstars rise to the top. Rich definitely had, I think, the win at Richmond, and then they had to pit for some reason. So I think Rich could have had 4 wins right now if it weren't for that weird pit strategy. But right now, looking at lap times, Fitzwater and Tringali continue to pull away from 3rd place. It looks like it's going to be between these 2 drivers tonight for this win. Fitzwater will be looking for his 2nd on the night, on the season, while Tringali will be looking for his 1st. Red Bull joining this NRSL series with Audi, making it the 5th manufacturer. As it looks like they will catch the O2 of Jessica Shelton very soon. Is about a 2nd off pace when these drivers are on worn tires at the front. When they're on fresh, she's about 2 seconds off pace. So I'm not sure when pit stops will happen. Everyone came down on lap 16. We're 22 laps into the run. As really no one is moving around the ton in the standings. Let's see, has anybody else ran a better lap? Oh, John Arndt has the top time on the night at 28.116. Fitzwater's time sits 4th. Brock's time sits 5th. Tringali's time sits 17th. But fast laps don't win you races. Consistent fast laps win you races. Tringali is pretty much even with Fitzwater, as are the 3 back here. They're trying to maybe draft their way up. 3 cars versus 2 in a small train. Alves sitting 6th, Sorlin 7th. Rich now with pressure from the 20 of Emmanuel Hartnett. Ferranti sits in 10th by himself as battle for 11th place between Samet Oskin and Alex Gray. Anna Jones making her way now up to 13th. Looks like she's trying to work with Gray and get a spot for him and herself. These 2 drivers winning at Richmond for Gray and Talladega and Atlanta for Deanna Jones. Dodge has been pretty dominant. Other than that, Ford has been the dominant one this year. Chevy with 2 wins, one at Las Vegas and then one at Richmond. Other than that, it's been all Fords and Dodge. Toyota has done nothing, and Audi has done nothing. Though you can't blame Audi when there are only 2 drivers in a race. Last year, Dodge did have 3 cars. This year, they have 4 and 1 driver that they brought over from Toyota, who had a win last season. As Fitzwater and Tringali are about to close in soon here on Jessica Shelton. Their tires now really worn out, down to 161 miles an hour in the corner. But still getting upwards of almost 200 into turn 1. So waiting for green flag pit stops to come into play. Nearing 30 laps on gas here. They should be able to go, I think, around 30 or so, and it looks like Shelton is going to hold up Fitzwater. It's really going to hurt him off the corner. He will make the move to the inside. That lets Tringali close up at almost a 10th. He's going to get to her inside and get by a lot easier. The next car to catch would be Caleb Hoffman. Zach Rogers has also finally been split from the pack. As you can see him starting to kind of fall away from the field from his damage. Zach Rogers has not had a great season at all. In his own little world, 42nd in the point standings with a lone top 5 from Vegas, where he almost won but got passed at the last lap or end of the race by Joshua Osborne. And it looks like pit stops are starting to occur here, because Zach Rogers will be the first from our point of view to drop down to pit road. Caleb Hoffman also coming down. No one else on pit road, so these two at the very back of the field are the first to come down. No sign from the top guns. As Deanna Jones is making a move on 10th on Alex Ferranti. So 2 slow cars decided to come in and pit now. Not really sure why. I'm guessing they're running at a higher RPM more consistently. As William Brock is on the bumper of Seth Cole as they're trying to get by Jessica Shelton. Still no sign from the leaders of coming in. I'm not positive why the 19 and the 14 pit so early. But still no sign of anyone else wanting to come down pit road. Oh, nope, here come a lot of drivers from the back, led by Eli Bright. So people in the back are making the pit stops before the guys out front. And here comes Fitzwater and Tringali now. Gardner will come in. Looks like Brock will stay out. Everybody else basically coming down pit road. And this is where lap traffic could get in the way of Fitzwater and Tringali yet again. No, don't hit anybody. This is hectic. Going back around the field. A few drivers elected to stay out. They included Brock, who's coming down now. Shelton also coming in. Ferranti, Osborne, Hanley, and Green, as well as Dylan Young, will have the freshest rubber on the racetrack. So look out. These guys are going to plummet, and then they will rise back up. But Brock was making a charge for 4th position, so this might be a race-winning strategy for him. Now, these drivers made it around 30 to 32 laps on gas. So we should see them pit 3 more times tonight. 2 to 3 more times, it's looking like. Because if you go 30 from this lap here, lap 49, 79, 109, 139. So these guys on this late strategy, they might be more inclined to make it on fuel if the race goes green from here. We're going to take a quick step aside and come back once the field has cycled, as it looks like Fitzwater just took the race lead back from William Brock. Alright, we're back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Fitzwater is in the race lead Now here's a shocker. Pitting early, for some reason, gains some people so much time. Now, William Brock entered 5th, technically, and is up to 3rd. Eli Bright entered pit road in 28th place. He is in 5th place right now. Now, granted, he has some of the worst tires on the racetrack. He is in 5th place from his pit strategy. Now, I don't know if all that time gained will send him back to 28th, but that's incredible. Samet Oskin's in 8th. James Shelley is in 10th. And Zach Rogers, who has damage, he pit super early with Caleb Hoffman. He is in 12th place right now. Now, he is definitely going to be plummeting like a rock. Charles Sanford, you can see so much has changed here. Andrew Rich and Emmanuel Hartnett are they're barely in the top 20 right now. Seth Cole has fallen to 25th. Even Caleb Hoffman made some gains on this, which is incredible. Tony Green has really fallen down, as well as Dylan Young. So interesting, and DJ Curtis has door damage. I'm not sure what happened to him. Something on pit road probably, but this is incredible to see. Jessica Shelton is actually 2 laps down now instead of 1. Oh no, yep, she was 1 down on the restart. I am having a blunder. But so that's your top 10 right now. So Fitzwater is gone. William Brock should be the only one with a chance of catching him. You can see he is fast. He just needs to get by Nico Tringali. He came out in front of Johnny Gardner barely. But if he can get by Tringali here, he should have a chance to hunt down the 43. Now, if Brock can pass Fitzwater before Fitzwater pits, I think William Brock is going to win this race. This 21 team got 1 win last season by regular season points leader Colin Denton. That was at Armory Digital for the cutoff race. They almost won last week at Kansas, got passed on the last lap by Austin Alves in the turn 1. Brock falls back to 4th for now, but we know he's got the better tires. 5th place is now Jonathan Zorlin, 6th Austin Alves. As Eli Bright falls to 7th. John Arndt is having a good run so far right now. He's in 9th place. I'm not sure on who's on what tire strategy. I wasn't paying too much close attention, but I know Eli Bright is on the oldest tires up front. James Shelley right behind him. He is in 10th place, as Jones and Gray, 11th and 12th, could very well get into the top 10 here. Bronte 13th, yeah, Rowe, Sanford 15th. Andrew Rich sits in 20th. Seth Cole is making his way through the field a little bit here. He's up to 22nd. Looks like he's going to make a charge here. Charles Jackson. Zach Rogers still sits 23rd. Now, Rogers was in the top 10 once things cycled around, as Yepes is going to go by him here. That's for 25th position. You can see Rogers still does not have end of straightaway speed. He can hold his own in the corners, but very intriguing strategy by him and Caleb Hoffman, I must say. If it comes down to the end of the race and everyone has to make 3 stops, this is going to be a very big strategy call, because Zach Rogers will get a good finish with a crappy car. It's just really crazy to see. Now, we could still have a caution, you know. The way the incident happened between the 27 and the 83, that could still happen again. I think it was a very rare accident, but, you know, these cars, there's still a lot of them running up here hard and everything, as Jackson and Seth Cole will make a move by Hartnett. That'll move them up a position each, as Rich moves back into 19th. Going back up towards the front, Eli Bright has now fallen outside the top 10. Deanna Jones has made her way into the top 10 for the first time tonight. Trying to figure out who is on old tires and who is not. Just gotta look at the lap times. Looks like Arndt has a pretty good car. Running in 7th, 523, 562, 566, 503. Looks like Jones is faster than Shelley. Bright is definitely off. He only ran a 7. 443, 505 as wow, Tringali is really holding up Johnny Gardner, and William Brock is getting held up big time as well. It's not allowed Sorlin and Austin Alves to kind of catch up here. So Brock is going to make the move on Gardner. It looks like Tire Wars kicking in for the 84 and the 32. Brock is trying to get by. He's going to have help from Sorlin now. Sorlin sees it too. He's like, man, this 32 car, his tires are shot. So Gardner's going to fall outside the top 5 for the first time all day here if Alski gets by him, but he's going to cut back down in front of the 16. Now Brock and Sorlin, who are moving their way towards top 3 positions, just got to hunt down this 84 of Nico Tringali. We are still 15 laps away from the next round, the green flag pit stops. Fitzwater still all in his own little world up here as he'll be catching Jessica Shelton soon. As DJ Curtis here running by himself in 37th. He is running faster than Caleb Hoffman. I'm not sure why a lot of these guys are so split apart. There's Zach Rogers has finally drifted back to 33rd. Fitzwater still by himself. Now Sorlin made a move on Brock while we were looking at some other people. So Sorlin moves up to 3rd place. Remember, Sorlin got a lone win last year at Michigan, and now Brock has fallen behind Johnny Gardner again. Remember, William Brock stayed out the longest out of anyone up here. So it was really, really odd. He's getting held up this much as Sorlin is going to make a move on Tringali for 2nd place. So Sorlin will move up to 2nd place. I'm not sure if he pit the same time as William Brock did. We'll see if he's got anything for Fitzwater, who is in the race lead still. So Sorlin is 3 seconds behind Fitzwater, which he ran a faster lap than him that time by. As now Tringali will get put to the high side by Gardner, who still can't make anything going. And William Brock is just there pushing the crap out of a fellow Ford. Alves will get held up. Tringali is going to get passed easily here. That'll move Gardner up to 3rd. Meanwhile, Arndt and others are continuing to pull up, as Alex Gray has made his way by Deanna Jones for that 10th place position. Eli Bright has now fallen down to 15th place. So we're seeing the tires, the fresher tires at the beginning are now the older tires here at the end of the run. But Bright was 28th, so I think his strategy is going to pay good dividends for his race finish. So now Alex Gray is making a move on 9th for James Shelley, and he clears the 1 car. So put Alex Gray up to 9th on the board. Tringali now down to 6th. Brock is having trouble for some reason. He's got the freshest tires on the track from what I remember seeing of pit lane. He falls to 5th now as Alves will get up to 4th. Gardner still sitting in 3rd. Sorlin in 2nd. Fitzwater in the lead. He got by Jessica Shelton a couple laps ago. He's going to be closing in on Curtis, I think. Sorlin another almost a 10th faster that time by. So eating slowly at the lead of Fitzwater Sr. He's going to get a very good chance, easily getting by Shelton down the back straightaway. Shelton almost got to his outside there. John Arndt catching up now to the back of Tringali. Tringali's tires clearly shot. He ran a 30.7 by running the regular line there that lap. Gardner and Alves will make the move by on Jessica Shelton. Same way Sorlin did it. William Brock now into turn 3. Looks like he might have a chance here. Off of the corner. Through the quad oval, Brock will get past the O2 car. Shelton falls down to 3 laps down on the race. Just trying to ride around here. I'm not sure if Brock used his tires up early on or something, because he looked like he was going to be way better than Gardner is, but he can't seem to catch back up this time. These drivers are really getting slow now. As Zach Rogers is on pit road for his stop. So it looks like they're pitting earlier than I expected. This may indeed just be a 3-stop race no matter what. We were halfway 4 laps ago. Fitzwater continuing to stay out. There's Caleb Hoffman heading down to pit road. Zach Rogers heading out of pit road from his service. So we'll see how far the 19 car makes it up to this time by, or this cycle. I must be imagining voices here. And is that group going in yet? And the answer is no. Eli Bright though running 17th. Remember, he pit from 28th last time. This is a huge improvement for the 37 car. He should be the first one to come down next time by. Osborne and Jones having problems getting by Jessica Shelton. And here it is. Here comes Eli Bright. Eli Bright will be the first to come down. Fitzwater actually came down this time too. Perhaps he came down the first time as well and we didn't see it. Riggleman and Deaver also coming down. That's it. Eli Bright let a much bigger group down last time. There goes Sorlin into the race lead. Johnny Gardner, Nico Tringali will lead the next group of drivers into pit road. Oskin, Shelley, Seth Cole, Philip Goldberg, they're coming down pit road. Michael Amato. I'm just trying to stay in the back so we can see who comes in when. John Nunn, the last of his group to come down pit road. There's Zach Rogers driving by. Here comes Sorlin. Leads in Alves. Brock. Looks like Osborne and Hanley will stay out. A majority of the field now, though, coming down pit road. And there is Fitzwater. So Sorlin coming down near the end. Let's see where Osborne is. Here he comes. Lap 79. This should be the last lap of the pit. It is indeed. He's coming down along with Hanley. Shelton staying out one more time. Dylan Young going down. Tony Green coming down. That should be it. Let's go back to the 43 car, and I will see you guys when this cycle is complete. Alright, everybody. Last run. 28 laps to go right now. Fitzwater's your leader. 4.76 over Shelley. By the way, Shelley is already gaining 4/10 a lap. Everybody has fresher tires. Even Hartnett is 3/10 faster than this man right here in the lead. Very questionable call. I think even Fitzwater, I don't even think they can make it on gas. They pit on lap 105. Everyone else was 108 or later. Fitzwater's going to have a little pull while Hartnett's in front of him, but that's not going to do much. Now, Shelley pit a lap before Sorlin. Sorlin has actually gotten passed by Eli Bright and John Arndt. Look at John Arndt up here in the top 5. It's been a while since we've seen this guy run well. Zach Flickinger's up to 6th. Austin Alves in 7th. Goldberg up to 8th. Brock 9th. 10th place is Alexander Rowe. Gardner has fallen outside the top 10 for the first time tonight. The pit strategies were very, very vast. Seth Cole's even down to 26th. That's how Andrew Rich down to 29th. It's insane. Hartnett's already pulled away from Fitzwater now. What Fitzwater is probably going to want is a caution sooner rather than later so that he can pit for tires, because if a decent amount come down and a decent amount don't come down, he will have better rubber. Shelley is already within 4 seconds of the 43 car. Let's take a lap around this racetrack on board the one of James Shelley. There's a lap inside the car of James Shelley, down to 3 seconds now. Sorlin and the rest 5 seconds back. And they are running 3/10 faster than even the one car. So Sorlin aren't. They're fast. We know Bright came down before them. Austin Alves back here in 6th. Brock getting by. Flickinger for 7th place. This entire running order is so shaken up. It's crazy. Fitzwater down to a 29.5 already. Another 3.5 tenths just wiped from the plate by James Shelley. Sorlin did the same thing to him though. Another 3 tenths on that one car. Now there's 20 laps left. (20 times 3/10 would be 6 seconds. So I think Sorlin, it's going to be Sorlin, Arndt, or James Shelley winning this race. I don't even know if Shelley has a chance. If this goes green, I think it's down to the 5 and the 48. Chevy will be looking for their 3rd win on the season. And this 5 car is flying right now. Eli Bright though, look at the strategy he's done. He's up to 5th. He was 28th when he pit after that restart on that first cycle. Made it way all the way up to the top 10. Fell back to 17th. Up again. Pit from 8th. Now he's in 5th place. But I don't know if a top 10 is guaranteed even for him. Gardner's up to 8th. Flickinger now falling back down to 9th. Goldberg's also one that's going, not moving forward. Now Arndt is faster than the 37, but he is not holding on to the back end of the 5 of Sorlin. But I think he's got to be really happy to be running in the top 5 tonight. Shelley's down to a 1.3 seconds behind Fitzwater, who I still don't believe can even make it on gas. The man that sled most of the race, I don't even think is going to finish in the top 10. And there's Shelley. He's there. Under a second. 5/10 that time. But right behind Shelley is Jonathan Zorlin. Even Arndt now. Arndt is losing ground on Zorlin. I think this is your winner right here. There is going to be 17 to go with the line, and they are way too close. Down to 4/10. Fitzwater's lead is gone. Here comes Shelley and then Sorlin. Shelley's probably going to get the lead for 2 laps before Sorlin takes it away from him. Shelley right to the bumper of the 43 of Fitzwater. And he will make the move to his inside going into turn 1 on lap 125. And there it goes. Fitzwater to second place. Sorlin to his inside. Fitzwater down to third. New leader, James Shelley, your Indianapolis winner from last year. Looking for his second career victory on his career. As Zach Rogers is already down pit road. It's only lap 125. Shelley to the lead. Sorlin right behind him in second. Fitzwater's already lost 7/10 on the race leader. Arndt fourth. Bright is still in fifth. Brock sixth. Alf seventh. Gardner eighth. Rowe ninth. Oskin is 10th. Shelley in the lead, led one lap. Hoffman down pit road. Shelley will lead 2 laps, and now here comes Jonathan Zorlin. And Shelley will concede the race lead into turn 1 and will get back to running a more dominant line. Shelley still, I think, has a very good shot at getting a top 5 here. And Sorlin is just on top after passing the halfway point tonight. Cole Deaver is already down pit road. There's on up to third, and now here comes Fitzwater on lap 127. That's actually a lot sooner than I expected. Can even these drivers up front make it now? Now I'm questioning that. I mean, Fitzwater was running his heart out. Nobody's close to 30.8 second lap times. Those were the times we were seeing at the end of a fuel run. McIntyre's down pit road. This is interesting. It's turning into Texas all over again. Now, if everyone does have to pit, Fitzwater should win this race. Unless people take 2 tires. If people take 2 tires instead of 4 tires and 2 cans, and they decide to take a can and 2 lefts or 2 rights, I think those drivers will have a better chance at winning. Sorlin, Shelley, this still staying out. Eli Bright just made his pit stop from 4th place. That is interesting. So Sorlin in the lead, Shelley still in second. They just went by Jessica Shelton. James Shelley just went down pit road. Brock is going to stay out though. Arndt's coming down. Let's see what kind of pit stop James Shelley gets here. Right side tires, guaranteed. Fitzwater's already by him though, doesn't even matter. So right side, nope, left side's 2 for the 1 car. Sorlin's gonna keep going. He really hasn't ran down to 30.8 times yet. 9 to go. That 5 car should be able to make it on gas. If anyone can make it on gas, it should be TJ Hanley. Where is that 47? It shows him in 10th. Let's see if Sorlin goes down this time or not, though. He's staying out. There's Hanley. He's only in turn 2. Rich, Seth Cole, Young, Sands, Jones, Alex Gray, Osborne, and William Brock are all staying out. Sorlin's now actually in the way. How many cars have pit? Oh, 15 have still stayed out. So 15 drivers have stayed out. It's turning into Texas all over again. I'm telling you what. Sorlin's still showing no sign of coming down pit road. Fitzwater is 17th, but he is behind the 1 according to our ticker. I believe Seth Cole just made his move down pit road. again if Sorlin obligates to come down or not. He's not. Now see, James Shelley is indeed front of Fitzwater. So if anyone else has to pit, this win could very well go to the 1 car. Dylan Young is slated in 7th place. He's staying out. I don't see anyone else really that's shown that they're going to come down pit road. There's Alex Gray in 4th. Osborne 3rd. Brock 2nd. There's Sorlin. There's Seth Cole. We just saw he did pit. That puts 14 drivers who haven't come down pit road as we're coming to 5 to go. Just like Texas, it could come down to fuel conservation. Andrew Rich won Texas doing that. But I know for a fact the 47 pit last. Rich is still out there though. Hanley is well behind them. There's John Arndt blazing by. He's in 18th. Fitzwater, Eli Bright, but Shelley is gone. He's in 15th all by himself. But Sorlin continues to stay out. These guys are definitely stretching it. Now, if we did get a caution right now, the race would end. We're at 4 to go. Can Sorlin make it 3 more laps? He's gonna keep going. In Texas, we only had, I believe, 8 drivers that were able to make it all the way. And Sorlin is at a 31.0, so this is getting dangerous for him. Can he make it all the way? We're getting to 30 laps in a run. Seems to have been the max amount of laps anyone could go. Hartnett's right on his tail. And the caution flag is out. At 2 to go. Was it for an actual accident? And it was. There's Tony Green on the apron. So the race is going to end under yellow. I guess too many cars on fresh rubber against a ton of cars on dead rubber. And we will stay here until the end and then look and see what brought out the caution. There have been times in other people's videos where people pit on a race ending yellow. Sorlin should be good though now. He's got pacing at low RPMs. No one's coming down here. So another wreck finally happened. Oh, and Nico Tringali has blown up at the end of the race from 22nd place. That is devastating. So it looks like your top 10 should be Sorlin, Brock, Osborne, Gray, Jones, Young, Sands, Rich, Handley, Shearer, Hagan, Yepes, Jackson. That's the 13 drivers that stayed out. Well, somebody came down at the end there. Actually, no, I think Tony Green had been on the lead lap. He's a lap down right now, and a clutch went on Tringali's car right at the end of this race. They don't call it the longest race for nothing. One of the longest races. So will Sorlin be able to pace around here? I've seen drivers run out of gas on their pacing before. Oh, it looked like it might have sputtered there. If cars did start dropping like flies, I think it would be Hanley getting the W. Coming off of turn number 4. Jonathan Sorlin's going to get his first win of 2018, I think. Wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah, he's got it. Jonathan Sorlin wins at Charlotte. Race only took me an hour 23 minutes. Everyone else gets where they were before. Lights are off. Race is official. So let's go back and take a look at what brought out the final caution of the race. As I suspected, something similar to the first wreck of the night. And it looks like Riggleman's looking to the inside of Green, and oh, Green came down, I think, a slight amount, and Riggleman was charging him into the corner, and Riggleman goes around, Green goes around, and John Nunn was involved there a little bit. But you got to remember, Green was out there on old tires while these guys were up here running frickin' 29 ones. 2 seconds off pace. Does anyone hit Green? It didn't look like anyone hit him. Wow, Seth Cole came really close. Oh, Caleb Hoffman! Oh, did he actually scrape him, I think, there. And that's what brought out the final yellow. So, hope everyone enjoyed the race. I will see you guys next week at Dover for 120 laps of action. Congratulations, Jonathan Zorlin, on your first win of 2018 and second career overall. Peace out, y'all.